Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it is a continuation of a message that was forwarded to me by one of our admins. There is also another message that I received from one of our dear sister. It seems as if she was abused by a man who is a red garment prophet. And if there is anyone who knows of any way that we can assist our dear sister as well to get in touch with the man, because she has a name as well as a surname, because she was saying that this man told her that in order for me to chase away this dogology from you, what I need to do is that I'm going to rub some oil on your private part, but you need to sleep with a man immediately after. So our dear sister slept with that man. Then the problem that started happening in her life until now is that when she sleeps with her man, she feels a lot of pain. She does not feel anything. She does not enjoy. She said that this prophet, the red garment prophet, slept with her for a month. And when she recalls, she is saying that she was only enjoying sexual intercourse when she was sleeping with that man. And when she started sleeping with her man again, she can't enjoy anything. It is very painful. She says that she has been to different gynecologists, and they say that there is no problem with her. But as for the togologist, she said that the man successfully chased away that togology. But the problem is that our dear sister, she is facing those type of challenges. So you can also advise me in the comment section as to how we can assist our dear sister. So the continuation of that story that was sent to me, it reads like this. As the months passed, Tendai's absence grew more frequent, and with each and every departure, whenever he was out of the country, I would find myself growing increasingly uneasy, despite his many reassurances. And each and every time when I would ask him where he would have gone to, he would always give me a gift. He would shower me with a lot of gifts and money upon his return. But I could feel that there was a growing void between us. Have you ever had that feeling that someone is intentionally avoiding you? And it seemed as if there was an invisible wall that I could not even see, but one that I could definitely feel. My friend's warnings were always echoing in my mind, but I pushed them away, choosing instead to cling to the love and security that he was providing me. I still remember one of my cousin's sister who texted me and said that it seems as if you marry this guy, you are only marrying him for the money. And I insulted her, but indeed that was the truth. I wanted the money that he had, because when a man is financially stable, he offers you security. It was during one of his long absence that the first real crack in our relationship appeared. So I had grown accustomed to his business trips. The silence always filled our home in his absence, and each and every time when I would ask him about his work, he would not give me a proper explanation. But this time something felt different. So he had left in a hurry. His usual calmness, it was filled with this nervous energy. For the first time in his life, he had shouted at me as if he wanted to beat me up. And you could tell that there was something that was totally wrong with him. One evening when I was tidying up the house, that is what my mom had taught me all my life. She was like, as a woman, if you feel that the time when you are married, when your husband is angry, all that you do is that to relieve the pressure, you can just start to clean your house. So I was tidying up the house because I was feeling lonely. That was when I stumbled upon a small locked box which was hidden at the back of Tendai's wardrobe, and I had never seen it before, to tell you the truth, and curiosity got the better of me. With a growing sense of unease, I searched for the keys. Finally, I found the key. It was tucked away in the pocket of one of his old jackets. As I opened the box, my heart began to race. Inside, I found a collection of strange items. Most of them, they were your ritualistic objects, pictures, plenty of pictures, and it seemed as if all those that were in those pictures, they were all related to him, because he looked like one of the guy who was in the picture. And I even saw some small pieces of wood, leaves, and there were some traditional powdered tobacco, and a collection of photographs of people, mainly that I could not recognize. So at the bottom of the box, there was a leather bound journal, like a small book. So it had pages filled with handwritten notes and in Shona, and I could not understand the language. I felt a cold shiver running down my spine when I realized that these were not just ordinary like items that you keep for memories, but it seemed as if these things, they were being used for rituals, because I saw that the small book that had so many names and things that were written in Shona that I could not understand. In the middle of that small book, there was a red thread that was there, and a needle, and a very small knife, something that had been hidden from me all this time. Well, I tried to convince myself that there was a logical explanation, but the more that I stared at the objects, the more that I knew that I was lying to myself. I spent the rest of the night, I was asking myself, my mind was racing with questions that I could not answer. Who were the people in the photographs? What were these things being used for? And most importantly, what kind of a man that I had been living with all these years? When Tendai finally returned, that was when I got the energy to confront him, demanding to know the truth. But instead of the answers that I sought, I was met with anger. He refused to discuss whatever that was inside the box, insisting that it was none of my concern and it was his traditional stuff, not to be touched, handled by women, and I should leave it alone. But I could not leave it alone, for the seed of doubt had been planted, and it quickly grew into a dark, twisted vine that consumed my every thought. I began to dig deeper, searching for any clue that would help me understand what was happening. That was when I contacted one of my old auntie, who knew a lot of traditional rituals, and after she came to our apartment, I showed her the items that I had found, and I could see that she was not okay. She started shaking her head as she was saying, "Oh no, do you know what these things are?" I said, "No, I do not know." She then told me that these were Ukhutwala. These were the evidence of someone who does Ukhutwala rituals. I had heard the stories about people who do these rituals for money, but I had never imagined that I'll end up being in that situation, let alone with the way that he was so cool and soft. I never thought that he would end up being involved in something so horrifying. My world was shattered in that moment. Everything that I thought that I knew about him, about our life together, I felt like he had betrayed me, tricked me into that tricky, sticky situation. I wanted to confront him again, to demand answers, but a part of me was too scared of what I was going to uncover. The days that followed, they were quite terrible. I tried to go about my life as usual, but the knowledge of Tendai's involvement in all of these satanic practices, it just did not sit well with me. I was now paranoid. I could not even sleep, and he seemed to sense that I was not okay. Our relationship, instead of being that type of a relationship that was full of love and warmth, but now it was that bad. He would not even speak with me. Then one evening he came back home, and when I looked at him, he seemed like he had seen a demon. It was as if a dark cloud was settling over him, and I could feel that he was not okay. He did not say much. He just sat down at the dinner table as he was just looking, staring into the distance, lost in his own thoughts. And then, just as suddenly as he had returned, he said that he wanted to go somewhere. I said, "Can I go with you?" He said, "No." This time, there was no warning, no explanation. He just left a note on the kitchen counter saying that he had to take care of some important business in brackets. That was the last time that I ever saw my husband alive again.